Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited. I've got a really awesome announcement that I know that each and every one of you that have been watching me over the last a few years are going to be really excited about. If you have seen my events, if you've attended my events, then you know I've got something really super special that I'm going to just share with you over the next couple of minutes. I'm Mia Redrick, business life consultant, for those of you who are just joining me. And today, specifically, I'm going to share an announcement. There are two really awesome announcements, and I just wanted to come to you directly to share them with you. So excited. I'm so excited. And I know that you're going to be also. And as always, my only goal and when I share things is to add value to you. If you have been wanting to package what you do into a high value product, then you know that is totally what I've done. I've supported thousands of women online and in person, hundreds of women I've worked with personally to help them package and price, position and find buyers, build out their sales process with a step-by-step process that is my framework. It's what I've done myself. I'm building a business from scratch. And I think one of the things that I love to talk about is this idea of building if you have a soft skill, something like maybe it's a learned skill like motherhood, and you want to be a mom coach, because that's how I got started. Or if it's a hard skill, something you've studied for, and you want to package it, I can show you either way how to make those things profitable. And I say it that way because there are so many people out here who want to package a soft skill, and yet a lot of times people want to dim your light and make you believe that that soft space can't be profitable. I've helped tons of clients be able to package properly around their soft skills and to be able to monetize it, and also helping clients be able to take their expertise, their things that they have trained for, certifications that they have, specialized knowledge and talent, and of course, years of experience, and put it into the most profitable structure. Now, here's the deal. It doesn't make sense to build a business if it's not a business that you will love. And I believe wholeheartedly that building a business around your life is what I teach all of my clients to do, and it's what I'll teach you to do as well. And I wanted to do this quick introduction for those of you who don't know me. I've coached literally thousands of people over the years. I've had the opportunity to be featured and paid talent on Emmy-nominated, nationally syndicated television shows, sharing my advice, my expertise. And I say this because I started from scratch and I learned how to position and build my brand. And everything that I teach you, I can show you that I've done. You know, equally, I've done a number of strategic corporate partnerships with large brands, leveraging and packaging my intellect from scratch. So for those of you who think you need to have thousands of followers before you can work with a large brand, I didn't have thousands of followers when I first got started. But using the framework that I teach my clients today, I was positioned properly for a large brand to want to work with me. And I love teaching my clients this exact system. And I'd love to teach you as well if I haven't had the opportunity already. Now, today's live is all about two exciting announcements. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I know that you like it that way. Okay. So here's the deal. I decided that I would do two things. One, bring back two things. One is in December of this past year, I offered coaching bundles, which are my consulting and coaching bundles, and they include so much value. People love them. They were here in December, and you haven't been able to access them since that time, and now they are back. And so I'm going to post the link here for the consulting bundles in the thread, just so that you can grab them for yourself in real time and take a look. And let me just talk about it for a minute. There are many of you who have been watching me for a period of time, or maybe you're just meeting me, and you've said, you know, as a result of what you've seen and what you've learned online, I really want to work with you. Now, I have a unique process that works, and we have hundreds of results because it works. And one of the main systems that I offer my clients is to run through a masterclass that I created in about 4.5 years. And it's for someone who is looking to package what they do and put it in a structure that makes the most sense around their mastery, not just to package your niche, because there's so many people packaging their niche and they're just not profitable. Okay. But they are clear that this is their niche. And the way that I teach my clients is very different. It's based on what I know actually works and what companies will want from you and what organizations will want from you. So it's called the Giant Experience Master Training. It's my proprietary system. You get a 6 months license to have access to that training. And during the time of getting immediate access to the online curriculum, I also invite you for 2 days virtually with me, where I coach you in an intimate group and help you figure out what the package is and how to price based on what you do, what you bring to the table, your background, your gifts, your training. I show you also the best ways for you to go to market, because let's face it, not everyone wants to go live. Not everyone wants to do podcasts or vlog or all of those things, and you don't have to. So I show you exactly for you what would be a great start for you and how to position yourself to attract buyers. Equally, I show you how to position yourself to get in front of the people who will raise their hand and work with you and pay you for what you do. And then also how to sell in a systematic way. And these are all the things that I believe you need in order to run a great coaching business, whether it's online or offline, or your consulting company, and or to create and sell licensed content. So what's included in the bundle is the Giant Experience Master training. It gives me the opportunity to make sure that you have the nuts and bolts that you really need in order for you to package the way that I know is the most high value, and I know that will get you paid in business, because it's worked really significantly for the hundreds of clients that have attended. But in addition to that, in this bundle, you also can choose to add on a 1 hour or a 2 hour consult. So that means not only do you get my thought leadership around the best way using my framework to structure your intellect, but I also give you access to either a 1 hour or a 2 hour consult bundle. And people really love it. It allows them to do the work and then get clarity, or sometimes to get clarity and then come and do that work. And it means so much more to them. And I also added in some really cool courses that have been very popular. One is called a profit strategy course, where I break down many different ways and models to make your business profitable. And then there's also the product formula that shows you many different ways to build your business and the product of your business, the way that I know will work, the way that I know that companies will buy it, the way that companies will license what it is that you do. So typically you would come to me and you would either invest in the circle, or you would in the masterclass, or you would invest in a consult. But you wouldn't be able to have all of these things together. That's what's so exciting about this. It is truly a full solution. And as if that's not enough, okay, I also have added a bonus. Now get this. I'm hosting an event in this November 7th through 9th. So put it on your calendar, okay? The website will be up later this month, and you now know that it's coming, so you'll be looking for it, right? So I'm hosting an event at the end of this month, and anyone that decides that they want to purchase a bundle before the 4th will have the opportunity to get $500 off of their ticket when they come to the event in November. So it's pretty cool. The bundle package is incredible. I did post a link here in the comment section. Be sure to pull it, take a look at it. It's a unique offering. Last time I offered it was 6 months ago, was in December. People loved them. And I love being able to provide real value and solution to my clients. Like in my mind, the perfect scenario is that you have the opportunity to train with me through my master training and a private consult. I know you and what it is that your capacity is, and help you to shape what you want to do into a high value product. And then in addition to that, you come to my event in November, and I promise you, you will roll into your new year so clear, profitable, with the right models, because you've made the right investment in a full solution. And I believe wholeheartedly today that there are a lot of solutions, but they aren't the full solution. And it's the only thing that I want to offer you. And that's that. So that's the consulting bundle. It's pretty amazing. Just be sure to check out the link that's here in the thread so that you can check that out. So I told you that there are two exciting announcements, right? So that was one. And the second is that on November 7th through 9th in Baltimore, my hometown, I am going to be hosting a new event, which is called Paid for What You Know. And that event is going to be focusing on all things on getting you paid for what you know and packaging what you know and knowing how to position yourself really the right way the first time, which is one of the biggest issues that people have. Sure, many of you listening to me right now, you probably already have a package or a product. But the question is, are you positioned properly so that your ideal client comes to you and competition is irrelevant and you can stand in your value? One thing that you will note as you guys have followed me over the years and you have watched all of this madness online, and I did say madness, and some of it is around people devaluing themselves or doing everything for free. They've got master classes that are running for 5 days free or $47 or $97. And the reality is that you're attracting a low value audience. You're not attracting people who really appreciate or even desire results, because I don't know anyone that really wants a result that's willing to invest $97 to create an amazing result. And you got to understand that a lot of times being discerning, a lot of these things out here are not meant for you to create a significant result. I'm never going to waste your time. I'm never going to waste your time at my live events or here in this way. And I'm never just going to just tell you fluff, because I respect you too much for that. The reality is that the reason you have to make an investment to work with me is because I'm going to give it to you the first time. And I'm going to give you every single thing that you need. You're going to be seen. I'm going to have questions for you. And yes, I'd like to know your name, which is a novel concept today. And you got to understand that you could spend your time with this low-level investment piece and hop from one class and one free training after the next, or a $97 thing or $297 thing. And all you're doing is keeping the world from knowing who you are and creating the impact and changing your life. Here's my story. 20 years ago, y'all know, I got started. I had no idea how I was going to build a coaching business. I made a significant investment in myself, 18 grand. I didn't even know what I was going to do. I didn't know it was going to be called coaching or consulting. I had no idea. But one thing I did know was that I couldn't teach myself, and that I was never going to be cheap around the number one thing that I could invest in, and that's myself. I also understood that if I wanted to invest in myself, I wasn't taking anything away from the people I love. Every single investment I make, my family has been the benefactors of my growth and my success. And the same is true for you. So if you're that person and you start to stutter when it's time for you to invest big time in yourself, you need to overcome that in your mindset. You're already a giver. You've sown in your family at the highest levels always, without question, without anyone ever asking you to do so. So investing in yourself, giving yourself exactly what you need is what you deserve. And I'll tell you equally, one of the things that was always important to me in terms of my own investment strategy for myself is that I needed to be seen. I don't want to be in a class full of tons of people and no one knows my name. You're too significant for that. There's insight that can happen as a result of direct mentorship and coaching. And I mean, you could be in a group setting and someone could still know your name. And I think sometimes you got to give yourself what you need. What has not worked for you in the past doesn't mean that it's not going to work for you in the future. Change your strategy. Change the way that you're thinking. Are you guys following me on this? So the second opportunity, here we go. I'm having an event November 7th through 9th in Baltimore. And it's a 3-day. It's going to include our girls' night out, as we always do. And it's such an amazing time to fellowship and party with women, your own ambition level and above. And I promise you, you will meet your people at my event. And they are sharp, they're smart, they believe in God, they're ambitious, and they share. And if you've been looking for your tribe of women who are integrity-based, who will share their intellect with you and you the same, and you're like in this world and you're the smart, incredible person, and people pull back from you and they don't want to share what's next, come on over to my event. I'm into that 100%. We're less about ego and we're more about what's real. Now, I'll tell you, when you come to the event, you're going to learn how to elevate your packages if you already have them, and how to position the way that today, what works now, what worked 4 years ago doesn't work today as well. It still works, but not as well. So I'm going to show you how to incorporate AI in terms of what you're doing, and what the best practices are for positioning yourself, and why you don't need to have this huge audience or go on the road in order for you to sell what you do for high ticket. I never went on the road, guys. Listen, 20 years. I've worked from the comfort of my home before those words actually went together. Work from anywhere, right? It wasn't a phrase. It wasn't even a thing, but it was the life I was living. They weren't just catchy phrases. And when I say to you, when I impart to you how to bring your ideal client to you, these are not just words. This is what my lived experience has been. And so many individuals, this is what really breaks my heart. And you guys know I get myself fired up, because I know you're out there, you're shooting webinars, you're out here doing these podcasts, you're out here building these courses, and you're working so hard and you're feeling discouraged because the cash register is not ringing. You can't figure out how to get in front of your ideal buyer. You don't know, and you don't know what you don't know, but it doesn't mean that what you're doing won't work. You likely need to have mentorship, someone that can help you tweak or look at the things you cannot see. You cannot coach yourself beyond a place you've never gone. And if you've never had six-figure plus launches, stop trying to coach yourself around doing that yourself in a vacuum by yourself, because you're kidding yourself and you're discouraging yourself and you're making yourself believe that something is more difficult than it is, because maybe you've been being cheap with yourself. Like, I want you to take a stand for yourself. Come to the Pay for What You Know event, and I'll get you there. Get a coaching bundle that I mentioned earlier. It'll change your life. Now, let me just say this. The Paid for What You Know event, the website's going to come up later this month. So look for it. But if you know that you want to come to one of my events because maybe you've heard about them, maybe you've seen the results, tons of results, hundreds of them. Maybe you've seen the hundreds of thousands of dollars that clients have made within weeks of attending the event. Maybe you've seen that and you're like, next time she has an event, I'm coming. We have a founder's opportunity, which is for the first 15 people who say yes before the website is up. It is a conversation is required. So you can DM me if you'd like to know more about securing a founder seat, but you've got to come ready. Now, here's the coolest part. As a founder seat is just $500 more than the VIP seat. So at the event, there'll be a general seat, and that'll be $3,500 for the entire weekend, the consulting, the events, and your meals. And then for the VIP seat, there's another level of support that's provided, and that ticket's $5,000. The founder seat is $5,500, and I'm bringing in some of my team members that are going to really support you in positioning yourself and your brand. And you will leave with brand assets if you are a founder, because you wanted the first. And I promise you that it's going to be everything that you desire. So if you're like, I'm interested in knowing more about this founder's opportunity, come on. Okay. All you have to do is DM me, or you can leave a message here, and then I'll reach out to you directly. And, or Willie will reach out to you directly, either one of us. And so just look for that. Okay. Look for that. I'm so excited about doing the event. People have asked me over and over again, Mia, when are you going to do an event? Mia, when are you going to do an event? And now is the time. Mia is doing an event. And the thing is, I don't just do events. I do events. I will never waste your time. When you come to one of our experiences, it's a whole lot of experience. And what I promise you is no hype. And I promise you that you'll get more than what you came for. My goal is to have your testimonial, for you to come to my event, and then within weeks of attending, you're able to launch and sell what it is, and you create real results, and you come back with that echo so other people know it doesn't have to take you a year in order for you to create amazing results if you implement. See, all of us have to tweak and grow models, but you need a mentor that will tell you what they're doing, not teach you one thing and do another thing. And everything that I teach my clients, if they're looking at this, and if you're here, you can attest to this. If it's not true, you can attest to that. Everything that I teach my clients, if they ask me to show it to them, I show it to them. Sometimes they don't even ask me. I show them exactly what I do. And the reason they're successful is because there isn't what I do and then what I teach them. I teach them what I do. And you need to be in a room with people who are willing to show you what they do. It'll speed up their learning curve. If there are any questions that you have for me, put them here. Thank you. Thank you. It's the windows are wet today because it was a crazy thunderstorm, but nonetheless, if anyone has any questions for me, you can post them here. I'm happy to answer any question that you have. Again, just to recap, for those of you who just joined me, I am so excited. Y'all know I get excited, right? Okay. I'm excited because there are two opportunities here. One, if you've been wanting to work with me, the coaching consulting bundles are back. They were last here in December. They are packed with so much value. All you have to do is check the comment section and you will see the link to check those out. And I encourage you to sign up. If you do sign up, you do get $500 off of the event that's coming up in November. That webpage will be complete by the end of this month, but I'm just telling you guys, like I'm letting you know it's coming, okay? And you know that my tickets typically sell out 6 to 8 weeks. So get your mind right. Okay. So don't be on the side of like, I meant to do that. I was gonna do it, but I can't. I already told you. I just told you. Okay, like literally. And if you know you're gonna be in the room, and you want to come to the packet, the get paid for what you know event, then I encourage you highly to DM me so that I can explain the details to you. And you can secure that spot, which has so much value as a result of you making the decision to do that. There is that's a whole nother topic. But in any event, if you just do a consulting bundle, it includes the $500 off of the event in the fall. It includes the master training, which is my signature master training, which has clients collectively have made multiple millions of dollars. You guys have seen hundreds of testimonials from people who have attended this master training. That's included. In addition to that, there are some really great courses. The product formula course, phenomenal course on how to build your product in many different ways. The profit strategy course, which is the models on how to make your product the most profitable. And this is something that a lot of people just absolutely don't know. Of course, the curriculum for the master training, you get a license for 6 months, watch, replay, rewind. And the best part is that you get to choose a 1 hour or 2 hour consult so that I can support you and make sure that what you're thinking is the highest and tallest version of what will get you paid for what you know, okay? Which is what this is all about. Stop shooting in the dark, because that's what so many are doing. Yes, it will work. Okay, absolutely. Sometimes there are tweaks. We might have to change what you're doing. We might have to change you, like get you to invest in your mindset so that you grow into a person that understands there's a layer of money around you that you can't see. And this idea of hesitating for what you want, or listen, nobody's doing that. Okay, so that's the consulting bundle. I posted it here in the link. And then if you are like, I know I want to come to your event, Mia, in November, okay, remember the end of the month, the webpage is going to go up for everyone. But if you know you want to come and you're going to get a VIP ticket, I highly encourage you to get a founder seat. We have already moved 4 of those, the founder seat. So we have 11 of them left. And we have 4 other people that said they were interested. They just would let me know by the end of this week. So who knows what that looks like. Maybe we have 7 left. But right now, I can tell you for sure 11 are left. If you know you want a founder seat, you need to DM me because it's just $500 more. But what you're going to get, I promise you, what you're going to get as a result of being a founder for this event is going to change your life. And I'm in the life changing business. I'm in that business, okay, with people who have the ability to say yes, make the investments in themselves. Now, I will tell you this, whether you choose the consulting bundles or you decided to come to my event, I will teach you how to sell what you know for high ticket. And I will never teach you how to do or sell what you know for low ticket, because I don't think you have to do that in order for you to sell what it is that you do. And I don't sell low ticket things, and haven't, even as a mom coach. I was selling my coaching programs for 12 grand over a decade ago. So the reality is that I want to show you how to build a high valued business where you create amazing results for others, and you create your results create an echo so people want to work with you, period. Okay, I was on a coaching call today, with a group coaching call with clients, and I was giving them an example, and I said, one of the clients I was talking to, when I was doing a sales call with her, and she knew she wanted to work with me, she literally said to me, she was like, okay, Mia, I'm ready to give you my credit card right now. Listen, I hadn't given her a contract. I hadn't spelled anything out. And I said, I'm not taking your card like that. I'm going to send you over the details, and then we'll go from there. You'll complete the process. And she paid within an hour. But here's the thing: you want clients who want to give you their card right now. And you need to know how to set up your business to attract people who want to give you their card right now because of the value and the transformation you bring. And if that's not happening, there's some gaps, something you don't know, something somebody didn't teach you. But I'd love to have the opportunity to correct those gaps. And I'll say this: it's all not lost. If you've made investments before, I don't care if it's 5 grand, 10 grand, $20,000 or more. When you learn the part that you didn't learn and the reason why you're not profitable, all of that other investment you'll be able to recoup that, because all of it wasn't lost. It's just that likely the person didn't teach you a step that you needed to know, or a couple of steps. And as a result of that, you're like, this doesn't work and it's not going to work. And you're afraid to invest in yourself, but that's the problem. You got to look for the full solution. And I will tell you that is one of the things that literally changed my life. I remember saying to myself, if you're not free, you can't teach me. How about that? Okay, because I wanted to be free. And free to me meant to work wherever I wanted to. And I work from the comfort of my home, or now I have an office downtown, or work from the comfort of my own home or on my office. I just want to work where I want to. And I wanted to build a business that wasn't location dependent. And I wanted to build a business so I could still show up for my kids' events. I wanted to build a business that the model would be around my life and not the other way around. And some of you could benefit from just a whole new model. You're tired of dealing with that patient model, that consulting model, that old model where you're trading time for dollars, and it's time to just change it. And I'd love to help you. Want to open the floor really quickly. Did you guys get value, or did you get value? I want to open the floor really quickly. Did I support you? Did this have value? I get so fired up with myself because I got 2 things that I know are going to be life-changing. And I can't wait to see by the end of the year the lives, that I get to touch, and the echo of how we get to touch other people and change their lives and create an impact. But I only work with investment-minded women, because let's be clear, to change your life, you got to be willing first to change your own, and to walk a client through a transformation and be able to stand in your value. You have to understand the level of that value, and you can't walk a client through a place you've never been. So if you are charging $97 and trying to charge $5,000 for something, you've only invested $97, and you're trying to charge $5,000. The reason it's not working is because you are the first sale, and you cannot walk a client psychologically through a process you have never gone through yourself. Yeah. Okay. So are we clear? All right. So the first thing that needs to happen is this idea of investing in yourself first, investing in yourself quickly, and making the decision to say yes and figure it out. And the other piece I'll say to you, because a lot of women I work with struggle with this. They struggle with, I need to go ask somebody before I do something. And I always say, like, if you were going to go to law school, do you need to survey someone to figure out if you need to go to law school? I mean, what kind of agency is that? If we're talking about being a CEO in your own company, the reality is that you got to have the ability to make decisions and stop hiding behind others. What if you said, if you have to, with your spouse, be forthcoming and say, this is what the investment is, because that's what we did, right? You communicate what's going on, being transparent. But what if you said, if you invest in me, I'll give you 10%, give me 6 months, because you believe so much in yourself that you knew you were going to do it, and you weren't looking for permission to own your dream. Come on. All right, like man up, or what we say, female up. I don't know if we say that, but the reality is, come on, man up. And this idea of hiding around, I want to hit six figures, but I don't want to step into it. For those of you who, if I said to you today, what's your annual revenue goal? And you say, I want to be a millionaire. And I say, I want to know, well, what have you sold by the thousands? Have you become a thousandaire yet? Okay, we perfected that with the right offer. Like, I need to make sure you're showing up as the person that's able to step into the highest and tallest version of yourself. We need to make sure you're not the bottleneck in the business because of your beliefs. Does that make sense? So I'm just calling it all the way out. I'd love to support you. I want to get to know you. I cannot wait for you to meet the other women in the community who are your ambition level and above, who will share with you. You deserve that. Let's be clear. So last call, any questions, any comments before I sign off? And even if you're here for the replay, y'all know how to do, okay? You can post your questions. DM me if you're interested in a founder seat, okay? And if you're interested in getting $500 off, you need to invest in a coaching bundle before the 4th. So that's it. I mean, I've done my part. The bundles are amazing. The price, is such an amazing price. The masterclass by itself is $24.97, and you get so much value with this promotion. And I'm so delighted to be able to support women and being able to get it done, right? With a real solution, a full solution. Okay, so it looks like there are not any questions for me. Let me check one other place just to make sure. One second. And if there are, then you guys can write it here. Let me just check. One second. Okay. So not any questions. I appreciate you. Listen, you could have been anywhere. You decided to be here with me. Okay. And, I'm fired up. If you're just joining, you need to watch the replay. I promise you, this is like one of the best things I've ever offered. And you need to snag it, grab it today, and it'll change your life. That's what I'm into. I'm into that. All right. So I love you. I hope that you have a great and amazing rest of your day. I know that if you're on vacation, sometimes when we're on vacation, we often think, when you get back, the founder's spots may be gone. So you can be on vacation and handle your business for yourself. All right. I love you. I hope you take great and amazing care of yourself, show up for yourself, and be the giant that I know you are. I love you guys.